Hello and welcome to Mickey Art. My name's Michelle Edhouse, and today I am experimenting. This is plastic. Now I've been able to paint on vinyl records, so I'm guessing I'll be able to paint on this. But what you may not realise is this is actually plastic milk bottles. I have no idea what you have over in other countries with regards to milk bottles, but here in New Zealand the cheaper milk bottles are made of it's got a 2 in the triangle, the recycling triangle, and they're quite clear. They're pretty similar to that, and what I did was I cut chunks out. These are actually, like, that's actually the main part below the handle, and that's what wraps right round. So there's 2 bottles there, and then there's 2 layers. So it's actually made out of 4 bottles. It's probably about half of the plastics that's in the 4 bottles, and I've done something else with the other half, and I'll show you that in another video. But I'm going to pour on this. I'm going to see what gets created, how it shows up, whether it is... I mean, normally we pour on flat surfaces. And when I have poured on rough surfaces, like the shoes I did, the cells don't really look the same. It's not even flat that way. Check it out. It's wonky as. So what I did is I put it on a baking tray with baking paper underneath and on top, and then stuck an oven roasting dish on top of that to hold it flat because it was trying to curl back into the square bottle shape. And then I turned it on about 150 degrees Celsius and left it there until when I peeked underneath it was clear. The whole thing was clear. It took a while for the stuff in the middle to become clear, but once it was all clear I brought it out, weighted it down some more, so we had a flat tray underneath and a flat tray on top, weighted that down and let it dry, and it shrunk and it warped and it went wonky. Obviously didn't have quite enough weight, but you know what, let's pour on it. Let's see what gets created. It's quite rough in a lot of places, and that's where it's been up against the parchment or the baking paper, whatever you want to call it, because the baking paper, you can actually see, I don't know if you can see, I can see the grain of the paper in this. So it's quite rough. It's got a surface to it. And I'm just going to do a standard flip cup. I'm going to swirl it round, cover a reasonable amount. I actually don't want it to run off the edges. I want it to sort of be a patch in the middle. And let's see what gets created when you use recycle milk bottles. Recycling's fun. Okay. What colours does it want to be? What do you know, guys? What are you aware of? What colours does this want to be? I'm getting a phthalo blue. Funky. I'm getting gold. Yummy. And I'm getting my 66% crimson red, 33% deep yellow, which looks like it needs a bit of work to get it up to usable standard, and of course some white. Now I know that this one and this one definitely have silicone in them. The white definitely doesn't have silicone in it, and I have no idea about the gold. I don't think it does. Alright, so these paints look like they need a bit of prep work, so I'll be back as soon as I've done that. Okay, so seeing as we are in a super recycle mode today, I'm recycling this tin. It's very dry. It's been used for sitting on top of things, setting things on top of it. So that paint in there is totally dry. It's not going to come off in the brief moment in the time that we do our pour. I do need to lift this up though. I need to get it off the ground. So let's grab another couple of hots to put this on. There we go. It's up. Let's just make sure you guys can see now that. You can't really see the edges, but that is actually all in the frame. There we go. So with any flip cup, I always start off with the white on the bottom because then it can sink down. And I'm going to go dark next, and then the red, and then the gold. Now, oh, one thing, because I had to water these down because they were getting thick, I added some more silicone, so we may end up with some fun, funky stuff going on. I'm not sure I watered the gold down quite enough, but oh well. Have we got enough red in there already? Yes, we do. Okay, here we go. Ready, set, flip. Up. Because it's an uneven surface, it's already trying to escape. And why not make it a little bit fun? Well, we've definitely got some cells coming through. Check those out. And let's help those along a bit. So we've got some things to spread out. And let's just drag it around. It's like a normal flip and drag. It's discovering the roles, discovering the possibilities. Where did my red go? Maybe it'll come visit later. Look at all those cells, guys. It's delicious. How did you get zoomed in? Oh, I zoomed you in. Sorry. Here it is. Look. Kind of not really got as much paint on there as I would like, because I'd quite liked it to sort of come around this far. And what's right about this I'm not getting. This is what it wants to be. Wow, that's cool. It's fun, it's funky, and it's on recycled milk bottles. I'm guessing we shouldn't really heat this too much because otherwise it might melt. Look, melted. Looks like we'd already got most of the silicone up. Really don't want that one to run off the back side there. So my orange has kind of come in as a toning in the white. It's quite cool actually. There's a couple of streaks here and here. But the really interesting thing is, up in this area, the plastic has actually almost got a overcooked, burnt look to it, and that carries through into the paint. It's quite cool. Oh, I'm liking it. It's almost as I watch, there's more and more orange appearing. So I'm guessing the orange is a lighter paint than the blue. Oh yeah, we've got gold in there somewhere too, haven't we? Huh, that's weird. I don't think I can see the gold. Let me look from a different angle. Oh yeah, this over here is gold. Okay. I'm intrigued to see how it goes on this very uneven surface. I'm really hoping it doesn't go too far. Let me get you down and show you. Okay, so it has some glorious cells. I like this kind of cell. See what I mean by the burnt bit of the plastic and the burnt bit of the paint? It's kind of, hello airplane, kind of merging. It's very cool. Small amount of the orange coming through there. A strip of it through there. I like these little bubbles down here. Check these out. How cute are they, just sitting there on the edge of the white? It's done it in a couple of places actually. It's very cool. What's starting? Oh, there's the gold. Just there, but it's merged so seamlessly with the orange that it's yeah, I thought it was just a very light orange. This is cool. Well, I like the painting, and I hope it stays, hope it hangs out, hope it keeps some of these beautiful cells at least when it dries. What would it take? So this is my trial at a new pouring substrate. Totally free, just took a little bit of time to cut out the plastic and melt it. And it's recycled, guys. Recycling rocks. I like that. I've been playing with making oh, check these out. Making material with my paintings on. Who knows, I might be wandering around with a dress with this stuff on its own. Hehe. How much fun would that be? Wowza. Oh, that's got some sparkle in it. There's some gold in there. Here comes the rain. Da 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 da. Okay, well, I'm looking forward to seeing how this dries. And I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. And if you count to 3, you will probably get to see it. I'll have to count 3 days, probably. 3, 2, 1. Wow, I am super happy with the way this has turned out. So it's kept a lot of its shape. There are some areas where the plastic was quite bumpy, like in here, and it has, let me see if I can, there we go, and it has molded itself to the shape. You can still see the shape of the plastic, the way it has, see that bit there in the white? But that's just the way the plastic was, and so the paint has molded itself to the plastic. I am really pleased with this. You know, any of you that have a pouring addiction, that finding it difficult to pay for canvases but you still want to pour, give this a go. See what you can create. See how flat you can get the plastic to start with. I mean, if I'd put a flatter object on the top and see that bit there, this is the only bit that I'm a little bit about. It actually looks like a crack, but it's just where the paint has followed the shape. It's quite cool. So yeah, and if you, I would say that if you had a very flat top and bottom and some serious pressure, weight pressure, holding the two of them together, I reckon you could get a pretty flat result if you let it dry under pressure like that. And so I will definitely be trying this again, and I actually like the overall recycledness of it. You know, you can imagine it hanging that way, so it actually looks like it's running down. But yeah, I like it. I like the painting. There's some gold in there. There's the cells down here have held their shape really well. How's it get any better than that? And you've even still got the best before date. I love it. 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 So thanks so much for joining me for another video. And what other magic can we create together? What else can we choose, create? And how can you have fun while you are pouring? Have fun while you are living? What if the purpose of life is to have fun? I adore you all. Come join us on acrylic pouring for fun. And what else is possible? Bye.